ask you a few questions to see what you remember. Remember we did a lab and we talked about solid and liquid?
Yes.
Can you tell me, is this a solid or a liquid?
Solid.
Solid, right?
Yeah.
I can't pour this, right? How about this? Solid or liquid?
Liquid.
How do we know this is a liquid?
Because it has something in it.
Has something in it, but what else?
Because it's water.
It's water, right? So we can pour it. So anything that is a liquid we can pour, like milk or coffee, water, juice,
Soda.
chocolate milk. Good job. So you guys know what liquids are. And anything that can't pour, can I pour this?
No.
So is it a solid or a liquid?
Solid.
And does anyone remember what this is called?
A tube. A tube.
This is a test tube. This, I'll give you a hint. It starts with the, close, she said a tunnel, but it starts with the letter F.
Funnel.
A funnel. Okay, so this is a test tube, and this is a funnel. And who can tell me by raising their hand, and then I'll call on you, what do we use a funnel for, smart children? What do we use a funnel for?
To help us not spill anything.
That's right, to help us not spill anything. So when we put a liquid into a test tube, it's very hard to pour it, but if we use a funnel, the funnel makes it easier. All right, now, let me give you a little test. You guys know your colors, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what color is this?
Red.
What color is this?
Blue.
What color is this?
White.
White, or kind of a little, almost a little yellow. Yellow, right? Now,
Yellow, white.
I have 3 different liquids here. The first liquid, the blue one, is water. The second liquid is oil. And oil is something you may see mommy or daddy or grandma or grandpa cooking with. And then the third liquid is called corn syrup. Okay, it's very thick, almost like syrup that you put on pancakes. Have you ever squeezed syrup on pancakes?
Yes.
Or waffles? Yeah, it's very thick and it's sticky. Okay? Now, here's what we're going to do. Some of these liquids are heavy and some of these liquids are light. Now, the heavy ones, do you think the heavy ones will sink to the bottom or float to the top?
Sink to the bottom.
Sink, right? Because if it's heavier, it's going to go to the bottom. And the lighter ones,
It's gonna go up.
it's going to go float on the top, right? Okay? So we have 3 different liquids. And in a moment, we're going to mix them together and do a little bit of liquid magic. Okay? All right. First thing I want you to do is pick up 1 test tube and hold it in your hand. Okay? 1 test tube and hold it in your hand. Now, take your funnel and put it inside your test tube. Now, we're going to hold this the whole time because these test tubes don't fit real well, and I don't want them to fall out. So you're going to keep this in your hand. Okay? All right. The first thing I want you to do is I want everyone to pick up 1 oil and do what I did. And you see how I'm staying here and letting it keep drip, drip, drip? Pour it all in, let it drip, drip, drip. Okay, you see how it stopped dripping? Okay, so I'm going to put that back, all right? So this is the oil, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now the next thing I want you to do, what color is this?
Blue.
This is water that's colored blue. Slowly pour the water in the funnel till it's all poured. And then put the little cup back. Okay? And now let's look at it for a second.
What? It makes bubbles?
Oh my goodness. Which color is on the bottom?
Blue.
Blue. So is the water heavier or lighter than the oil?
Heavier.
Heavier. Now another word we use is called dense. Can you say the word dense?
Dense.
Okay, the water is more dense, and that's the same thing as calling it heavier. And the water sinks to the bottom, and the oil floated to the To the top. Great job. Now, before we do this next one, I want to tell you a little bit. First of all, don't do it yet. Just watch me with your eyes. Great job, everyone. Okay, now, remember how I told you this is thick like syrup?
Yes.
If you get it on your hands, it's going to be sticky. So we're going to watch me first. Okay, so everyone put one hand on their test tube and the other hand under the table. Good job. Nice listening. Okay, watching with your eyes. You see, does it pour fast or slow?
No.
Because it's thick, right?
Yeah.
It's thick. It pours very slowly. Now, keep your hand under the table.
No.
Nice listening, everyone. Now, see how I'm like staying here a long time because it's taking a long time to drip? Okay. Ooh, I don't want to get it on my hand, so I'm going to be really careful. I'm going to put it back. Now, let me ask you a couple of questions. What color is on the bottom?
Red.
Red. That's the corn syrup. So which color is the heaviest liquid?
Red.
The red one. The red one, the corn syrup is the most dense. And which one is on the top?
Oil.
The oil. You see the oil's on the top? So is the oil heavier or lighter?
Lighter.
Lighter. And because it's lighter, it floats to the top. Now, you guys have been such good listeners. Are you ready to try the corn syrup?
Yes.
Remember, it's sticky. So go ahead and pour it in and keep the little cup there until it's done pouring. Miss Tyra, I think in that orange container, there are little white lids. You see a bag of lids? Okay, can you start passing those around?
Mine's taking like forever.
It's taking like forever, right? Okay, just stay right there. Just stay there until it's all done.
One each?
One each.
Mine's dropping. Mine's done. Mine is done.
All right, so when yours is done, I want you to sit like this and put one hand under the table.
Mine is taking so long.
Okay, one hand under the table.
Mine
Great job. I see 3 people with their hands, one hand under the table. I see 4 people. Yes.
Mine is what?
You guys are
Mine
such
is
great
getting
listeners.
forever.
All right, now look at me with your eyes and then do what I'm doing. Watch this. Being very careful. And I'm putting this right there in the middle. Okay? And then after you do that, Miss Anna, Miss Tyra, if you can go around. Now don't turn this over. We're going to have your teachers help you put the lid on nice and tight. Okay, can you go around? And then just hold it like this. Great job. Go ahead and take your funnel out. Turn your funnel over in the middle of the tray. Fabulous. Go ahead, flip it over. And then wait for somebody to come around
Some of them are
and put your lid on. Don't turn it. Don't turn it. Keep it straight. Now, let me ask you a question. How many of you want to take this home?
Me.
Okay, now, you have to make me a couple of promises. The first promise is you're not going to open it, right?
Yeah.
Okay? Now, when you take it home, are you going to be able to tell your parents which one is the heaviest?
Yes.
Do you remember what that red one is called? Corn syrup. You can remember like syrup for pancakes. So the red is the corn syrup and waffles. Good. What is the blue? Water. And we just colored it blue. And what is the yellowish looking one? Oil. So which one is the lightest?
It's the oil.
Is the oil. That's why it's, what is the oil doing?
It's going up.
And what's the word if something starts with an F that goes to the top?
Funnel.
A well, this is a funnel, but what is that word? Something that comes to the top.
Float.
Float. Good. So the oil is the lightest, so it's floating.
And that one's the heaviest.
That's the heaviest. Do you know what word we use when something goes to the bottom? Sink. Sink. So we talked about sinking and floating. Now, everybody hold it like this, next to your face. Do a nice little smile. Hold it for your
me see it.
teacher so she can see it. Hold it from the lid. Hold it from the white
From the
lid.
top, from the top, from the top, from the top.